What separates the best ball strikers in the world compared to everyone else? It's not necessarily about the grip positioning or how they're shallowing the shaft in transition. It's all to do with actually after they've hit the golf ball and how they're controlling the arc of the golf swing so that they can hit the ball first and the ground after more consistently time and time again. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how we can actually consistently strike the golf ball cleanly and what the simplest way is to do that with a practical and easy drill. What I see a lot on my lesson tee is amateur golfers coming into the impact zone and then feeling like the end of their club gets very close to their body after they've hit the shot. And as soon as we start to do that movement, we're essentially lifting the club up and away from the ground. And so when we're setting up to the golf ball and we're coming in to hit the golf ball and we're narrowing the arc or bending our arms close to our body and we're not getting the width between the butt end of the club and our belly button here, it's making it very difficult for us to take a divot after the golf ball. And so instead we start to see tops and thins too consistently. And if you're someone who records your golf swing and wants some specific analysis on your swing and drills to improve that, the link to my online coaching is below. And now for us to improve our impact position after we've hit the golf ball, what is a simple and easy drill for us to actually incorporate so that we can get the ball first and the ground after more consistently? So we're first going to make some practice swings, and I want you to imagine that the club is going to drag along the grass for as long as possible. So if we think we had a white box just after the golf ball here, we're essentially trying to create that club to stay in that box for a long period of time. If we see the movement of our club and our butt end of our club bending and getting close to our body, we know that we haven't kept that club within that box. But the more we're able to create that long and wide arc through impact, we know that we're going to have the best chance of hitting the ball first and then the ground after. Because as soon as we have the ability to extend our arms through impact, we have more of a chance of striking the ball in the middle of the club face. And typically when we see these bent arms through impact, the golf swing will look like this and the result won't be very good. Versus when we can feel like we're wide and away from ourselves, it's going to give us the best chance of success of striking that ball cleanly. So from those two golf swings, you can see that that wide and long golf swing where I'm feeling like I'm more extended and away from me is giving me the best chance of hitting the golf ball cleanly. And the reason why is because as soon as we start to bend the arms, we're essentially narrowing that arc and it's lifting up and pulling up and away. Whereas if we keep that arc more consistent, we have more of a chance of creating that low and long, essentially flat point of where the golf swing arc will be swinging along, rather than it coming up and sharply and moving away from the center of the golf ball. So essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep the center point of the club face to be more in line with the golf ball more consistently and for a longer period of time. As soon as I start to bend up with my arms, I'm lifting away from the golf ball and there's more chance of me topping or thinning the golf ball. And so how do we actually incorporate this into our practice sessions? So we first want to begin with some rehearsals of feeling like we can get the club to work through that white box that we talked about. So we're trying to scrape that club along the ground for a long period of time. Our first few swings that we're going to make with this is going to be with no backswing. So we're just going to work the club through that white box, trying to feel the extension and the width that's being created from this drill. When we can feel comfortable doing 5 swings like that with no backswing, we're then going to incorporate a backswing into it. And we're essentially going to create that same move, trying to feel like we're wide and extended through the hitting zone, rather than short and narrow and bending the arms up. And so we're going to create 3 practice swings like that with an actual backswing to create the feel. And then we're going to strike one trying to feel that exact same movement, that wide and extended feel through impact. So just to recap, we want through the hitting zone to be wide and extended so that we can keep this arc of the swing to be a little bit more consistent and in line with the middle of the golf ball more consistently. As soon as we start to bend the arms and move it up, it's making it more likely that we're going to top the ball or thin the golf ball rather than getting that nice and clean contact. And so the best way to actually improve that is by imagining that there's a white box in front of the golf ball and we're trying to drag that club through that box, we're first gonna make some practice swings without any back swings, and then we're gonna try to create that same movement but with a back swing. This golf swing will feel significantly different compared to what you're used to if you are someone who comes in to hit the golf ball and bends their arms quite significantly. And so once you can incorporate that into your practice sessions, there's absolutely no reason why you can't become a better ball striker more consistently and more often. And once you start to find that nice and wide impact position, there's absolutely no reason why you can't strike the golf ball the best that you ever have. And once again, if you're someone who records your golf swing and you want personalized one-to-one coaching on it, I'm just going to drop that link below in the description. Now, if you've made it this far in the video, I also made this video here that you're probably going to enjoy. And just as a little thank you for making it all the way to the end, I'm going to drop my 45-minute practice session guide below for absolutely free. All you have to do is click on the link, put your email in, and I'll send it straight away to you. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.